Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Trucker Mike. Finally doing a vlog after, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. It's been a crazy few days. I've had a lot of time, but it's been kind of interesting. Started off, I was on this 4-stop load. Picked up in Newport News, Virginia, there at Smithfield. First stop was Memphis. Then Goodlettsville, then Mount Juliet, then Lebanon, Tennessee. First stop in Memphis delivered Sunday morning at 5:30. I got there Saturday evening. Delivered there. Once my break was done, after I got empty, I left and came straight to Goodlettsville. Well, I stopped and got fuel in Jackson, Tennessee. Got me something to eat. And then I came straight to Goodlettsville, which I delivered at Associated Wholesale Grocers there, exit 97, right off of 65. So if you guys have been there before, then you know the deal. So I got there at 11 a.m., checked in, drove up to the guard shack, checked in. They didn't have me in the system. They didn't have my appointment in the system. So it being a Sunday, the lady's like, well, the only person that can fix this comes in at 1 a.m. And supposedly I had a 2 a.m. appointment. So anyway, after I done at the guard shack, I went and parked out on the road. Actually, I parked at the top of the hill. There's this big, area to get about 6, 7 trucks up there. So I went there. There was only 2 trucks up there. I was the third one. Well, since I had time to kill, I decided to work on my truck, which I probably should have vlogged that, but I took some pictures. Anyway, I routed the VGA cable from my 6-button switch panel through my dash out the bottom of my truck, and then I got it connected to the box back there in the side box. And I also ran my the power cord that came with my CB through my dash down outside, and I got it staged, zip tied, so when I install my power distribution blocks and actually get power to both my fuse boxes, I'll hook up my CB then. Because I got the parts, they're at home, I just haven't been home to get them. So I took some pictures of that, and so I did that day. Well, needless to say, I'll call it Goodlettsville. Well, I got pictures. Excuse me. I got pictures. Let me show you those pictures of what I've done. And then after I did that, I chilled out, ordered Papa John's, went to bed, woke up, called them at like 1:15 a.m. It was like, oh yeah, we got it fixed. We'll call you when we get a door. I was like, cool. Send a message dispatch and all that. So anyway, an hour goes by, 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm calling them up. It's like, hey, yeah, we got you as a work-in. Well, how long is that going to be? We don't know. All right. 6:30 comes around. 6:30, 6:45 comes around. They call me for a door. I didn't get out of there until 8:30. Now, mind you, I had a 4 a.m. appointment at my 04, and I had an 8 a.m. appointment at my 90. Well, I missed both those. Had to reschedule for Tuesday, yesterday. So, needless to say, I went from Goodlettsville to Lebanon, Tennessee, which is where I'm at now. Stayed here all Monday, and then delivered yesterday morning at 2 a.m. at my 90. I did my 90 first because their pallets were on the end. And then 4 a.m. at my 04. So I guess the 90, the original 90 became the 04, and the original 04 became the 90, so flopped them. So anyway, got them off no problem. My time started at 1 o'clock in the morning. So, my clock was ticking. So, after my last stop, the 04 was Audi there in Mount Juliet. So, I parked there for a couple hours after I got emptied and took a nap. And then I woke up, and then they sent me my next load that picked up in Lebanon, Tennessee, up at Nordic Cold Storage or something. Anyway, it's going down to Alabama to Walmart down in Opelika or whatever I pronounce it, at 5 o'clock this evening, which I'm only 6 hours away. So, but my clock was ticking down, so I went and picked it up. After I checked in, it was preloaded. So I picked it up. I had like 2 hours left on my clock. I just came back to this pilot here at the 238 here in Lebanon and chilled out all day yesterday, or from like 1 o'clock in the afternoon till now. So I started putting some wiring harnesses together for my 2 spotlights that are going to go back there in the back of my sleeper, and then the 2 work lights that are going to be on my fairings. I did the wiring harnesses for that, so when I go to install that, then the wires are already made. I just have to solder the wires together, do all that stuff, and then route the wires and zip tie them and all that stuff, and then plug it into the fuse box and to the switch panel. So to make that go by a little bit faster. Talked to my buddy Jerry about my where to mount my CB antenna, and on the back of these Peets I got the short rail on top, and then I got a longer rail on the bottom, and then I got another handrail, and then I got the handrail that's mounting to the brackets for the fairing. Can't mount the CB on the top rail because it'll stick out too far up above the truck. Can't mount it on the bottom one because it won't stick up that far up. It won't stick up above the truck. I could mount it on the short handrail, but then I got my load locks and stuff there. I thought about mounting it on the bigger handrail that's mounted to the fairing brackets, but then you got my load bars and all that stuff. You got interference with the trailer and all that. So my buddy Jerry recommended this mount. It's called the Outback CB mounts for Kenworths and 587s and 387s. And I'll show you a picture of that right here. So I looked it up and I was like, oh, cool. And what this mount does is it's got 2 mounting parts. It mounts to the to the handrail that's on the fairing, and then it springs out. So it'll stick out just a little bit, or I can make it stick out a lot, or however much I want. But I'll be able to see it in my driver's side window. And what that does is it brings it away from the truck and interference from the trailer, so it has a 360 line of sight. So I ordered that. It should be in today, actually. So when I get that, because I was going to mount my CB and stuff while I had so much time, but then I did that, so I got that coming. So I should have everything I need to do the stuff that I want to do sitting at the house. You guys probably think it's like, well, you got all the stuff, you can install it. Well, yes, but I don't want to do it half-assed. And I'm the type of person, I like to start at the source, the power source. And I haven't established power for any of this stuff yet. Because, like for my spotlights, for example, or the lights on the ferry, I'm going to aim those. But in order for me to aim them properly, before I drill the holes to mount them, I need to have power going to them so I can see where the light's going to shine back there, and then I can, mark where I'm going to drill my holes at and get the angle just right. And I need power to it to be able to do that. So that's one of the reasons. Two, that's just I like to start at the beginning. And for me, the beginning, for stuff like this would be the power source. And yes, my truck is the power source, but I have 2 fuse boxes that are going to be this stuff is going to be connected to. So I need to go from the battery to the fuse box, and I need those distribution boxes to go do that. I got all the wire, everything else. I just need those distribution boxes. So that's what I'm waiting on, and it's sitting at the house right now. So I need to get home and get that. So anyway, I'm gonna go here and get some fuel, and I'm gonna get on the road. Oh yeah, you gotta love Atlanta traffic. Not really. 105 excuse me, 105 miles to my destination. O'clock in the afternoon. Why are we backed up? I'm on 75 South, about a mile and a half from 285. There's that Mike guy again. Yo. Alright, I'm at my destination here at Walmart in Opelika, Alabama. Just in line here to check in at the guard check. Once I get done here, I'll go back to that little truck stop I was just at and call it a night. Easy day. Man, I'm tired all of a sudden. While I was waiting at the truck stop, I had to kill 2 hours. I took my 18-foot coax cable that I got and went back there and stretched it out. And it's not long enough. It'll barely come inside the bottom of my floorboard, the hole that I drilled out. So I need at least a 22, well, probably about a 25 foot, just so I can route it good. Coax cable. So I emailed the place I bought it from, and because I bought a really good 18-foot coax, and I want to see if they can make custom make one 25 foot. So I'm waiting to hear back from him on that. So yeah. Well, I'm in a dock. Not getting unloaded yet. They haven't started on me yet, but anyways, a little bit of information I want to share with you guys. And this pertains to you drivers that have Rigmasters, particularly the Perkins engines, not the Kohler, but the Perkins, because I'm not sure what belts the Kohler engine uses. But Monday, my Rigmaster, the alternator belt blew. I usually carry a spare. I thought I had one, but I didn't have one on me. So I went to the TA truck stop. I took my old belt in, gave it to the service person there, and she went back and grabbed 3 different size belts. Now, I mean, they're small ones. And I picked the middle one. Now, the belt's a little bit thicker and a little bit bigger than what was on my Rigmaster, but it was still the V shape. So anyway, I bought it. Then I left there and I went to the Pilot there in Lebanon, Tennessee at the 338, I think it is. Camped out for the day. And then I installed that belt. Now, it was a little short. Matter of fact, I had to push the alternator in as far as I could, and then, long story short, I managed to get the belt on, but there was no tightening of the alternator. It was tight on there. So my point being is, if you have a Rigmaster has a Perkins engine in it, and you blow an alternator belt, then you can get them at a TA truck stop. They won't carry the compressor belt. That's a special belt. As a matter of fact, next time I go to a Prime Terminal, I'm gonna buy a couple belts and keep my spares. It's always good to have spare parts, at least the common stuff, you know, like you know, belts, maybe a spare side fan because those things go out all the time. Glow plugs, maybe. Oil filter, air filter, fuel filter, spare filters for the condenser on the inside. But yeah, so yeah, if you blow an alternator belt on a Rigmaster on the Perkins engine, you can get one that's very similar, a little bit thicker, but it will work. Mine's been running for a couple days now, since Monday. She's running just fine. So, but other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and end my vlog here. While I was killing 2 hours at the truck stop right down the road, I got my I already told you that in the previous clip. Never mind. I'm gonna end my vlog here. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.